Super Mario RPG. The game is the only one just for me. When I play the game, I get lost in a phase, then I find out I was in Gino's maze. Super Mario RPG is finally here and returning onto Nintendo Switch in a full-blown remake. I have never played the original game, so I was very excited to finally be able to check this game out. I had access to it via emulator and the Nintendo Classic system, or the SNES Classic system, but I never really had a chance to fully experience it. My initial impression of the game wasn't very high, as I was a person that was used to Pokemon and the later Mario and Luigi series games, which I very much enjoy, and I was very much getting ready to enjoy another amazing Mario RPG. But at the time, it seemed very archaic. I didn't fully understand what the game was going for. I didn't understand that the game even had action commands in the first place, and I was wondering why I wasn't doing any damage. Hell, I even got a game over in the first area just because I didn't really know what I was doing. Not to say that the game was bad or anything, but I haven't even gotten a chance. I haven't even been able to give the game a fair shake. But now in 2023, I've finally been able to experience the game in its full glory, and now it's in HD, and it feels so much better to play. Let's start off the bat with probably the biggest change of this game, the graphics. They basically took the original game and with the pre-rendered graphics and just rendered them. The game looks absolutely gorgeous and one of the better looking games on Nintendo Switch. Hell, I would even put it up there right next to Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and there's a Paper Mario. Like, these games are just absolutely gorgeous to look at, and I don't know what they did, but it just looks stunning and looks like something that shouldn't even be running on Nintendo Switch, but yet it does. But probably just because it is a smaller scale game. And if you're wondering if it really is worth the price of $60, I would say so. I think that there's enough content jam-packed in here for you to have a good enough time. It's just as long as Mario Wonder, if not longer, and you'll definitely have a great time, especially with the post-game content if you're good at RPGs. Next up is the visual element, the audio element. I just talked about the visuals. What am I doing? The audio element in this game is, oh my god. If you don't know already, I'm a huge fan of Yoko Shimomura. She is one of, if not the greatest musical composers in the gaming industry, right up there. I would say on even upper echelon of Grant Kirkhope. She is just a legend in the gaming space, and she has made music for just a ton of games, usually Square games, and she's most notably known for, at least in these circles, Mario RPG, Mario and Luigi, and Kingdom Hearts, and all those songs are great, but nothing even compares to what she has crafted here, because usually you might think, oh, it's just a simple remaster, like, how much are they really gonna up here? Well, they completely orchestrated the music, first of all, and second of all, they almost like did, usually with remasters, they don't really like remaster the music, they usually like remix it. She just full-blown like revisited these tracks and like remade them for the modern age. She's like, oh, these are my old tracks, let's just put them up there with some of my better works today. And honestly, some of my favorite tracks just in gaming period, just because of how amazingly reconstructed they were. Not only are they incredibly faithful, but they are just they do something new as well. If you aren't aware, they also even added a completely new section to the overworld music, which is just absolutely insane as well. Next up is the gameplay. I'm only going to be strictly talking about the new things that they added to the gameplay, not so much the old stuff, because again, like I said, I haven't fully experienced the original game yet, and so I just wanted to give my brief thoughts on what's new here. What's new here is that they completely changed the battle system in such a way that makes it easier. So now, first things first, with the action commands, there is a much bigger of a window, which is great for me, especially as a player that didn't even know that they existed in the original game. They made the action commands window much larger, and they also gave you a visual indicator, which is absolutely great for new players such as myself to get acclimated. And I actually got acclimated pretty damn quickly, even such that when I got new moves later into the game, I was actually able to get those action commands much sooner. And the more you use it, the more you get acclimated to it, they will remove the exclamation mark that notifies you of when to use the action command, and at that point, you've pretty much gotten used to it. There was points where I'm literally taking no damage because I have been able to perfect the dodging action command as well. But what's new here is that I believe there's a chance to get a perfect block, which allows you to get 0 damage. And of course, when you do get the action command correct, there's actually every once in a while there is a I don't know if it's every once in a while if you get it perfectly, because there are a few different timings that range the attack numbers a little bit. But if you do either get that perfect or every once in a while, I don't really know how it works, you get this shockwave effect that just allows battles to go by much quicker, which is a great quality of life feature. Part of it makes the game a little bit easier, which again would be the only negative part of this, is that they somehow added an even easier mode when they already made the game easier. I assume that's mostly for the end game stuff, that does get a little bit tougher, especially those post-game bosses. And so I assume that's what that's for, but it would have been great for especially veterans of the series, not such as myself, because I would have been fine with the regular mode, but just because the original mode is a little bit easier than the original, and then they only added an easier mode, it would be best if they would have added an even harder mode, especially with all these changes. Now, the more action commands that you add up, doesn't matter if it's defense or an attacking action command, you actually get this combo, and you can build up this combo up to 99, I believe, and every couple of combos that you get, you actually get stronger, which makes the game even more easier. So it is just an engaging gameplay loop that I've really enjoyed, and surprisingly it caused me to want to engage in battles and clear a screen of enemies, and it caused me to actually make the game easier for myself because I became over leveled. But I'm thoroughly enjoying my time with the game, and it's just an engaging gameplay loop that is so much fun. And finally, there is the additional element, and I haven't really gotten too much in it because I had to stop because of school. I literally bought the game day one and played it for a little bit, and I got to a certain point where I'm enough to give my feedback on the game, because again, I'm only talking about what's new here and not what's old, and then eventually I will talk about the actual game itself and the story when we get to that point when I actually do play the original game, just so I can give it a fair shake. But there's the extra element that was marketed, which is the group attack. Basically, I've been building them up as I beat the battles, but I've been pretty much building them up like really fast. So it does increase really fast. So not only do you get an attack buff when you do get these combos, you actually can make it such that the gauge goes up a lot quicker. And this gauge, once you reach 100%, will allow you to do a special attack, whether that's healing the party, but it's basically like an additional special move, almost like an ultra move in this case. And it's really fun just to see all the cutscenes, but it's not really something you're going to want to, again, because this game is already so easy, it's not really so much something that you want to do with the regular common enemies. I would just save them for the boss battles. So yeah, I would just save those for the boss battles, but it's just incredibly easy, especially if you're someone like me that is just racking up the combos so quickly. You're gonna fill up that gauge super fast, and you can use it on a common enemy, but more than likely it's just gonna wipe them out. The only ones that won't wipe out is probably the special enemies, which I've countered because I'm trying to wipe a screen clean of enemies. I have encountered so many of them, which enables me to get a lot more frog coins, which is great. So yeah, like I said, I'm only focusing on the major elements here that are new, and if you would like me to do a full review of the original game, let me know in the comments down below, because I do plan on playing it sometime soon, maybe even next year, who knows. But I wanted to get acclimated to the game just to see what it is and to finally experience it for the first time. And a lot of people that are veterans of the series do say that this is a great way to finally experience it, especially because there's legit zero way to play it officially. It's not on NSO, and the last time it was made available officially was the NES Classic Edition. So finally being able to experience it is great. Like I said, the graphics are just absolutely beautiful. The music is insane how well Yoko did with this these remasterings, and the new gameplay elements are so much fun, and the gameplay loop is so engaging. So yeah, that is my full thoughts on what's new. I haven't actually finished the game, so I couldn't tell you about the post-game bosses, but for me personally, I don't think I'm going to touch those right now, just because they seem like incredibly challenging bosses. I do plan on taking on the secret boss Kulex, and then that's not spoilers, because again, this is a like over 20-year-old game. So I haven't experienced the post-game stuff a whole lot. I just wanted to finally experience this game for the first time, and I just wanted to share with you what is new and how freaking incredibly amazing this game looks and plays. So if you're wondering, I do give this game pretty much a blatant 8 out of 10. Like I said, as for a remaster, of course, I would have loved so much more content, but this game is already chock full of amazing story, and all the new gameplay and quality of life features are just so amazing. And you know, not very much that hasn't been already said by other creators. Just this game is absolutely incredible, and if you're wondering what I thought of it as someone that was very confused by the original entry of Mario RPG, I had a great time with this, and having a great time with it so far. So I appreciate the view. I appreciate everything that you guys have done to get us to this point. We've had an excellent year. We're going to have a few more videos wrapping up the year coming up pretty soon here, so keep a lookout for that. And of course, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Patreon simply at the $1 tier to have us just to help us out, make better videos, and to play games such as this one for you guys here today. So I appreciate everything that you guys have done with us for this year, and we'll see you guys around for the end of the year stuff. Don't forget to join the Discord server as well if you want to join the conversation, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.